Welcome back to your
Second.
favorite sports podcast. This is episode 10. We have reached double digits. It's exciting.
It is.
Before we get into episode 10, you can watch all your episodes, all of our episodes, your episodes, it's everyone's episodes at youtube.com/second favorite sports. Don't forget to subscribe, like the videos if you're liking the episodes, drop a comment, all that stuff. It helps out. It helps more people see the episodes, so we always appreciate it. That's youtube.com/second favorite sports. Also, soundcloud.com/second favorite sports if you just want to listen to the episodes, and you can share them there and like them there as well, and that always helps out. And then, of course, all of our extra content, announcements, and all that stuff gets posted on at Second Favorite Sports on Instagram. So definitely follow us there. That's the best place to engage with us and the show and get info on the show. Trent, it is officially fantasy football playoff season. I am in the playoffs in one of my leagues. I don't know about you.
I am actually.
So there we go. So we both got some stakes going on.
Yes, definitely.
And it got me thinking. So we're in a league together. That's the league I'm in the playoffs in.
Yep.
And in that league, we have some interesting stipulations. So I created the league, and I said I didn't want to do a money league. I think people just get weird when it's money. I wanted to do something for fun.
Definitely.
So everyone put money down, but the winner is going to get a t-shirt of their choosing from a company that makes cool sports t-shirts. I'm not going to give them any play because they're not a friend of the show yet.
No plugs.
No plugs, no free plugs out here. But the winner will get to pick out a cool shirt from this sports-related shirt-making company, which I'm sure some people could probably deduce.
Yes.
But the loser, and this was of my own thought, the loser is going to wear a Roger Goodell fan club shirt on Super Bowl Sunday. And by the loser, sorry, I mean the team with the worst record at the end of the year.
Which no one is a member of as well.
Roger Goodell fan there is not even his mother. There is no one. Okay. They are going to wear a Roger Goodell fan club shirt on Super Bowl Sunday, and they have to take a picture of themselves in the shirt in front of the TV with the Super Bowl on. So that way we have proof that they wore it on Super Bowl Sunday.
Love it.
And then that photo will be sent to everyone in the league to do whatever they'd like with it. So that's our stipulation. But I was thinking there's definitely some other folks out there that are probably in their fantasy playoffs and have some interesting stipulations going on. But maybe we could offer up some ideas of both winners and losers. Like, obviously there's money, but what are some things, if you were to win a league and you're not getting money, what's something that you would like to get or have happen?
If I wasn't getting money, and what would the prize be if I wasn't getting money? Sheesh.
Like say you have a group of friends that really likes their alcohol, like whatever it is. Like some guys like scotch and whatever. Like maybe
I like where you're going.
The winner gets a nice bottle of scotch. Like everybody pays it for a bottle or a bottle of champagne or like whatever your crew is into. If your crew likes cigars, maybe everyone's got to throw down on like some expensive cigars for the winner.
Definitely. I like that.
I like that. I like things with a theme,
Yes, definitely. If it's not money, I'm looking for like a nice white wine, probably.
That doesn't suck.
Like maybe a nice little Chardonnay, like a nice Prosecco.
I love a good Prosecco.
Nice Prosecco is just incredible.
Yeah, like I don't mind. I like the idea of everybody treats the winner to like a nice steak dinner. Like I get to go out, get a nice steak dinner, and maybe like a little bottle of something, nothing crazy, just like a moderately priced bottle of something and a nice steak, and it's on the league,
Yes, it's on the league.
It's on the league. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, when you think about how much you would charge, and then if it's like a 10, 12 team league, that's totally
Mhm.
doable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No,
So
but
I
yeah,
would.
like probably a nice little white. I could
I'm
do
in.
that.
I'm in favor too of winner gets their league fee back.
Mm, that's beautiful as well.
Yeah, I've always been. Which I don't know if I'm doing that in our league. I don't know if I said I'm doing that. So now if
It's
someone
on
wins,
camera.
yeah,
It's on camera.
now it's out there. So I guess I'm stuck to that. No, but I think I did say that for our league because I've always done that with my leagues. If you win, you get your money back.
Get
Like,
your money back for sure.
which I mean you do anyway because the pool is you know.
Mhm.
So of course, but if you're doing interesting stipulations like this where you're not talking about money,
Yeah,
the winner should still get the money back. Like
definitely.
it shouldn't be like, oh, you get a steak dinner that you paid, $25 for because you still
Exactly.
gave your league fee.
Exactly. No, for sure.
Now, what are some there's a lot look, there's some decent things that you could get for winning,
Hmm.
but loser stipulations are my favorite.
They're the worst.
This is the first time I've ever done a loser stipulation in one of my leagues,
Hmm.
but I'm definitely doing them every year from now on.
You got to. You got to. It's
Like,
incentive.
yeah, exactly.
No auto drafting. Auto drafting or I haven't checked my team in 3 weeks.
Yep.
Like you're gonna get the worst possible if you finish last. Just don't
Yeah.
finish last. That's the key. Don't
Yeah.
finish last. You won't need to get the whatever that is that you're gonna get the loser gets, but like check your league. Okay.
Yeah.
Your running backs have been on a bye this whole week. Okay. And then other guys on IR.
Yeah.
And he's been on IR since week 3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's week 2.
He tore his ACL in week 3. He's in your
Exactly.
starting lineup. What's going on?
Come on. Come on.
And that backup you thought you drafted in the last round is actually now a starter.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been on your bench and he's the leading scorer at running back this year. Like
Exactly. That's exactly. I'm talking
every
to you.
league has these people.
I'm talking to you, James Robinson.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, buddy. Let's see. What is the worst stipulation? I'm trying to think of stuff leagues that I was in where we had a rough.
Like you see sometimes crazy stuff where dudes have to get tattoos and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
not about
man.
that. I
Nah,
don't
nothing
need any of
permanent.
that.
Nothing
I don't
permanent.
mind like loser has to shave their head
Yeah, that's not bad.
because hair grows back. You
Yeah.
hope.
You know which one? So there was one when I was in high school. We had one where was it high school? Might have been after high school. Might have been college. Anyway, loser had to shave their eyebrows.
Oof.
That's rough.
That's tough.
That's rough, man.
That's scary. Because
That's
I've heard
really
of people
scary.
shaving their eyebrows and it not coming back or it comes back different.
I don't even want to think about it. Like,
Yeah.
that is just brutal. Because you know what's funny? How many of us really think about our eyebrows? Maybe women, and I know some guys that do too.
I definitely know some guys that do too.
Oh, for sure. But like, it's funny. Your eyebrows, you feel like they don't really make a difference, but when they're not there, you look
You
crazy.
notice. Oh yeah, you notice.
You look crazy. It's like one of those things like you got it, but like then it's like so you have it.
It's
And you have them.
believe me. I know some folks who have alopecia. I don't know if you've ever heard of alopecia. I don't know if anybody watching or listening has ever heard of it, but it's a
Feel like it.
It's a condition where you lose hair. Like some people lose patches, some people lose it all.
Yes.
Depends on how severe it is. There's medication and all that. But a lot of times people with alopecia will lose their eyebrows.
Yeah.
And so I've known those folks, and it's true, like what you're saying. You don't recognize how important eyebrows are to a person's face until they're not there.
That's the truth, man.
And then it's like, and sometimes for certain people that I've known that don't have them, you look at them and you go like, something, you don't know that it's eyebrows that's missing, but you're like, something's not right. Like there's something like, what's going on? And that's almost worse, that you can't like, you just look at someone's face and go, there's something wrong there.
There's something going on.
That's worse than being like, oh, they're missing, like clearly knowing what's going on.
Yes.
Like you'd almost rather be missing an ear, because some people are like, poor bastards, only got one ear. Instead of people looking at your face like all puzzled, like
What's up? Like, what's up with him?
what's like it's a blurry picture. Like
Yeah.
what, you know?
Did you get a new haircut or something? Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
What's
that's.
what did you got something? Oh, like God, horrible, horrible.
Oh, but yeah, the
That's
eyebrows was.
that's
That's
a
probably the one
rough
of the
one.
worst. That's the worst one
That's
I've heard.
horrible. Like I like the ones like you gotta shave your head like a Franciscan, like a friar. Like they do that
That's
with college hazing and stuff.
nasty.
Yeah,
That's
that's. I
nasty.
mean, look at me. I'm kicking the thing. Jesus. Um, that's a tough one. I don't know if I would ever do that in one of my leagues because I like my hair. I value my hair.
Absolutely.
I like the merch. I like the Goodell fan club type stuff. I don't mind a little public humiliation either. Like having to go do something ridiculous in public, although right now that's not an option.
Yep.
But like having to go like, and this is off the top of my head, like having to go to a mall and hand out pictures of Roger Goodell, but tell everyone that it's your grandpa and he's missing. And just be like, oh, can you help me find my grandpa? And it's just pictures of Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
And it says like missing reward, like all this stuff on it. Loves M&Ms. Sure. Like, right? That was his thing. He loved the M&Ms at the draft. Like loves M&Ms, answers to Roger, and just like the loser has to go to the mall and hand out flyers and be like, please help me find my grandpa. Like,
Absolutely, man. No, there's some
you have
rough
to
stuff.
film it. You have to film it. If someone's doing like a public humiliation, it's got to be recorded.
It's a must. You got to. You got to, for sure. No, absolutely.
Or like I've seen some where the loser has to pay for like the winner's dinner or something like that, or like the loser ends up having to like fork over more cash, which is tough. Like to know that's a powerful motivator, to know that if you come in last, you have to give up more money.
Oh, for sure.
That'll keep people. That'll keep that dude on IR out of your lineup.
Definitely. There's no way. There's no way you're coming into a league or knowing that, hey, like you got to pay more money if you lose.
Yeah.
No. That's called legitimate incentive. Legitimate. Yes. Like I can't play those games at all. At all.
I like I wouldn't mind the idea of like involving tickets somehow. I mean, it's not really feasible, especially in New York with how expensive things are. But I like the idea of somehow involving tickets for the winner, or something like that. Like even if it's just one ticket or like somehow 2 tickets, the winner paid for by the rest of the league to, whatever game. That's kind of cool. I don't mind like some Nickelodeon, like Disney Channel sitcom stuff where like loser has to be the winner's butler for a day or something.
Like keep it old school, right?
Yeah, like something like that, or like I don't know, like a chauffeur of some sort or something. I don't mind something silly like that.
Are you approaching like blackmail at that point? Not really, right?
No, you brought that upon yourself.
Yes. No, for sure.
Like you drafted I don't know, you drafted Drew Lock in the 4th round. Like that's on you. That's not my fault. Your team sucks. That's not my fault.
Speaking of like, bad, like as far as bad drafting, that creates moments where I'm gonna lose this league because I drafted this person.
Yeah.
And this may go left or right. I don't know which way we're headed here, but give me your thoughts. Worst draft selection that actually set up a win for you in that draft.
Oh,
I got what I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah, share it. I'm interested to know what inspired the question.
It actually helped me win my league. So check this out. I'm sitting at 12. This is 12-man draft. 12-man draft. Snake. I'm at the back end. I'm at the last pick, and then I'm at the top of the 2nd round. I'm sitting there like, all right, like if I get who was it? Dalvin Cook at this moment, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I go Julio.
Mm-hmm.
Someone takes someone took, I want to say it was Mark Ingram
Oof.
in the number 7, number 8.
Sheesh. This
And I
is this.
said,
This is this year.
no, this was probably 2 years ago, but I remember it
Even
because
still.
exactly like it stuck out of my mind. Like, wow, like they just took him. Like I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
There were so many great players on the board, and they were either picked him before me or it actually was earlier and it pushed everyone back.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up taking quads, as I like to call them, and then I snaked it back with Julio. And I
Sheesh.
was like, oh, this is a gift. Like
Yeah.
you just put it at the rim. I just gotta dunk it. You know what I mean? That's what I was telling myself. But I thought of that and it took me to I thought about all the like losing, and if you lose if you lose the league, you got to do this, or if you win the league, you're the king of the mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking like has there ever been a move that you saw that said they're like you looked at them and said they're definitely losing this league?
Oh, there's like that happens every year. I feel like in every draft, there's that moment where like at least half the room looks around and goes, "Whoa! Like, what is he doing?
Excuse
What is
me?
she doing? Like, what?
Yes.
Yeah, like they go and they put up a crazy name on the board. Like, you know who's the oh, this is great. You know who is the chief offender of doing stuff like that? Dallas Cowboy fans
Absolutely.
will do this constantly.
Absolutely.
They will, I guarantee you it happened this year, and it really burned some people drafting Dak Prescott way too early.
Yes.
And you know what? He was playing really well,
He was.
but they got burned.
Oh, completely.
There's
Christian McCaffrey.
people, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
devastating.
these Cowboy fans, man, they love their Cowboys and they will draft guys so high that
Mm-hmm.
make no sense. It happens every year. I'll tell you one that made a huge thing. I forget. I really honestly couldn't even tell you who my quarterback was.
Mm-hmm.
But Aaron Rodgers' first season as a starter,
Mm-hmm.
I pick someone else. I think it might have been my first or second year playing fantasy football
Yep.
in a competitive way. And I picked someone else. I want to say it was it couldn't have been Matt Stafford. It was I picked someone else at quarterback earlier, and they get hurt and they were out for the year.
Mm.
And I picked up Rodgers after week 1. The guy, whoever my quarterback was, got hurt in week 1. I pick up Rodgers and I go to the championship that year
Nice.
on Rodgers' back,
On his
basically.
back. Yeah.
So that's one of those things where, silver lining, I guess,
No,
a
definitely.
horrible pick turns into, I wish that was a dynasty league because that was
Yes.
a free agent pickup of the century right there, picking up Aaron
Absolutely.
Rodgers.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I love fantasy sport. People speak ill of it sometimes, but I just love how it can bring all kinds of people together. It can
For
bring you
sure.
together if you're far away from one another.
Mm-hmm.
I've done leagues before with like some of my guys I went to high school with, and it helps me stay in touch with them, or family members. Like I have family members in the league that we're in together. Like, and I blend everybody.
Yeah,
Like I
absolutely.
got you in leagues with my family
Mhm.
members and dudes I went to school with, and like all kinds of stuff.
It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Yeah. So I think the good can outweigh the bad if you make it fun with some of these stipulations that we're talking about. That's it. You got to keep it light. Like
Got to.
do some. That's another, maybe like something you got to do something crazy on Instagram Live if you lose, or you got to like post it up on social media. That's the beauty of social media. It's like
It
you
is,
can really
man.
embarrass someone if you want to. Like
You absolutely can, man.
like
You absolutely can.
like you got to go. like if the loser's got to go on Instagram and read quotes, like do dramatic readings of Dr. Seuss or something, like just give me something ridiculous. Or like they got to go on and do an impression of like Charles Barkley, or they got to spend the whole day doing impressions of Charles Barkley. Like every hour they got to put up another video on their story.
Oh my goodness
Like
gracious.
this is the kind of ridiculous stuff I need.
Nah, I feel you, man. That's the key. Like, or like, see, I'm all about like eating something horrible too. That's a good
Ooh,
one as well.
or
Like
like something spicy.
oh man, like, or you could do a super sour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or you can go like just slimy, like an anchovy or something along those
Ooh.
lines. Like, you got to eat 3 of those if you lose, or
Oof. You
just
ever
the
play
way.
that? You ever play that Bean Boozled game?
No, I never played it.
It's the game with the jelly beans, and there's a spinner, right? And you have these jelly beans, and it can be like either tutti frutti or rotten eggs, and they look
Mm,
exactly the same.
I like
You
it.
spin the spinner,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever it lands on, you have to
You have
eat
to
that
eat it.
color jelly bean. Yo, I don't know how the jelly bean company gets like
I don't know how they do it.
the flavor of like grass spot
Yes,
on,
yes.
but 100% that tastes like grass.
The nastiest one to me, jelly bean wise, is like earwax. The earwax jelly bean,
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, how is that possible?
Yeah, that's like it's. I don't know who do they have taste testing.
Oh,
Are what's I don't know. The worst one to me is they got the rotten egg or like the spoiled milk.
oh,
Ooh, those are
oh,
horrible. And the key is you got to chew them with your mouth open and immediately spit it out.
yes.
Like you got to like take the first like and then the second you get a little taste and then you spit. That's it. It doesn't even
Oh
matter.
my
Even if it's something
gosh.
good, you got to
Yeah,
you got to get that out.
that's nasty.
You got to get the poison out because that's no bueno.
Yeah, none at all.
So that
That's
wouldn't be a
nasty.
bad one. Like maybe loser has to. I don't even want the loser like to do the little spinner. They gotta like slam a handful.
Yeah,
Like losers got to take a whole handful of those jelly beans, and they're gonna get some that are like tutti frutti, but it's gonna be mixed with dead fish, and you're just gonna have to deal with that.
yes, you are. That's nasty.
Or I
Goodness.
don't mind like a little hot wing challenge for the loser. I'll tell you what, that would
Having challenge is
inspire
good.
me.
Oh, for sure.
I don't do like I enjoy a little kick. I don't do well with extreme heat.
Stream heat, but who really wants to though? That's just
Yeah, well, there's sick people in this world, you know.
there
There's
are.
really
There are
and
sick
there's
people.
more of them. There's more of them than you think. There are sick people in this world that will just they're game for it. And I don't
Oh,
know,
for sure.
like these are the same people that I'd imagine could also put out like a lit cigarette on their tongue.
Yeah, there's
Because
no
how are we eating the ghost or chili or whatever the Carolina Reaper things? I don't know how we're doing this.
It's crazy, bro.
That's a good one, like that one chip challenge. You know those little like
The one
chips.
chip challenge is ridiculous.
Losers got to do the one chip. There's zero. I will not lose. I will not lose. I'll cheat. I'll do whatever I got. I'll be Bill Belichick. I will not lose. Okay. I'm not doing a chip challenge ever.
Well, how can you cheat that though?
I have no idea. I'll figure out a way not to come in last
I
in
feel
that
you.
league. I will do whatever it takes
Gotcha. I feel you.
because I can't be doing that.
Yeah, you could
No
die.
way. Oh, you know what'd be nice? I'm looking here at the little. We have the little massage thing here. The I'm not again no free plugs. That wouldn't be bad. Like winner gets a massage. I wouldn't hate that.
Not at all.
I'm a little weird about strangers touching me, but I would I would overlook it if it's being paid for as a result of me winning my fantasy football league.
For sure.
That wouldn't be bad.
Listen, a massage it can change your life almost. Like
Yeah.
it really can if you get a good one.
It'll
Ooh.
change your day, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. You'll realize you're like you never realize how stressed you are.
Yeah. How tight
how
you
tight.
are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You walk out and you're like, I didn't even know I could move my arm this far.
Yeah, you
You
start
know
doing
what I'm saying?
backflips or something, you know?
Yeah. You're in the car and you're like trying to reach for something, and all of a sudden you can reach it. And it's
Yes.
like, how did this way? I can touch my back. I couldn't touch my back,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't mind that. I like all the things where like the winner gets treated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm a
I
fan of
like
that too.
that, like a king, like because you're the king. You won the league. You're the
Yeah.
king. Um, I'm a fan of those stipulations, but honestly, I'm a sucker for a good losers stipulation. To me, that makes it like the winner gets what the winner gets, but I need the loser to be punished,
No, for sure.
and
For
I'm
sure.
definitely gonna keep that going in the rest of the leagues that I do for sure.
Yeah, no, it
So
has to.
I hope anyone watching this, if anyone has any like good stipulations in their leagues, definitely leave a comment or like hit us
Please.
up on Instagram
Definitely.
and let us know because maybe it'll be featured in our next league. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to next year. Maybe we'll have to do a second favorite sports fantasy league.
Stipulation?
No, maybe we'll have to
Oh,
do a fantasy league with like
I like
listeners.
it. I like it. Or how about the listeners give us the stipulations of
Oh,
next year's fantasy league?
I wouldn't mind that either.
I like that one too. I like that one
Definitely
too.
hit us up if you guys got good stipulations in your leagues. I'm definitely down to hear them out.
I'm all
I'm
about
usually in commish,
the
so
FOT interaction. You know what I mean?
100%, 100%.
I did say
That's all
FOT,
we're.
guys. I did say FOT with
Did
an
say
F.
FOTS. Speaking of the
Right.
FOTS and interaction, he did say FOTS. Yes. Calm down.
Please.
I know that I checked. This is not a show for kids whenever we upload, but still, you know.
Yes.
But speaking of FOTS and FOTS getting involved with the show, we had the finals of our jersey bracket,
Yes, we
our
did.
best second jersey bracket, and it came down to the Anaheim Ducks, Mighty Ducks jersey against the Miami Vice Heat jerseys, not the
Mhm.
ones from this year because those are booty.
Yes, they are.
And big announcement may have been expected, may not be a surprise, but the winner is the Miami Vice Heat
Wow.
alternate jersey. The number
Beautiful.
2 seed, they won. I think it was 68% of the vote they got. And again, I think we saw that coming.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm not surprised that it was above 60% of the
Nah.
vote, but I'm also not surprised that it was below 70.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right around where I saw it being. But the people have spoken.
They have.
The best
That's the
second
truth.
jersey in sports, the Miami Vice, and I can't say they're wrong.
I can't say it either.
It's a beautiful jersey. It's a beautiful
gorgeous.
uniform.
It is gorgeous.
It's a
It
clean
is gorgeous.
look.
And they're retiring it, and you know, I guess this is the way it should go out on top.
There you go. It's true.
You know,
100%.
absolutely.
So we'll do more stuff like this in the future. This was fun. It was good to see. We got a lot of people voting. We got a lot of interaction on our Instagram at Second Favorite Sports. So we'll have to do something else in the near future. We don't have anything concrete and settled just yet.
Yeah.
Probably in the new year, but this was fun.
I think we got something.
We got. Oh, there's ideas. Look, we always have ideas flowing.
No, literally, I think I got something.
Okay.
I think I got something
now, or do you want to hold out? Okay. That'll be our gift to the listeners. Post Christmas.
It's called a tease in the business.
That's what we call it in the biz.
In the biz. I don't know if I did the tease correctly. It's more like I said, so I have some, but I didn't give you a tease. But be prepared.
That's a tease, though.
It's a tease.
It's a tease.
Stay tuned. That's all I can say.
Stay tuned. We do love to say that.
Stay tuned.
But shout out to the Miami Vice jerseys, and I love a good segue. We went
segues have been on point today.
We went from the FOTS to the jerseys, and now because an NBA team won, which I'll tell you what, you did say, I got to give you credit. You said the hockey jerseys were going to do well in the bracket.
That's what I thought.
I was a little skeptical, and you were right. A hockey jersey took it right to the finals.
Yep.
If I had to put my money on it, I would have said a basketball jersey would win, just because we talked about it in the first episode about the bracket. Basketball's king when it comes to alternates.
King.
I mean, when it comes to jerseys in general,
they got the best gear easily of anything. Fan gear, hoodies, hats, jerseys, shorts, kicks. What else? I mean everything. I mean everything.
Even when you're hurt,
and
you got to sit on the sidelines, they're still the best dressed.
even if you think about like just that Nike NBA gear, since they've gone to Nike, it's been incredible. But like even like the bad jerseys are like they're selling the bad jerseys.
Yeah, they're still wearable.
Yeah, like even the teams with the worst looking jerseys I've ever seen in my life, I'm like, okay, like somebody's gonna buy that shirt based on that jersey or the city edition T-shirt. If you're not gonna buy the jersey, you'll buy the logo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that Portland jersey we talked about. That's just not the one. Somebody, you know how many people are gonna buy that jersey in Portland, Oregon? 100%. They're gonna go crazy for it because it's like, it's Nike, it's
the new Nike
Trailblazers, and like, this, I like the Oregon cursive across the chest. It reminds me of home. I'm gonna buy the jersey. Or like some kid's gonna ask for the Dame Lillard.
Yeah, for sure.
For Christmas. You know what I mean? They probably sold a bunch.
Oh,
right?
Of course.
And that's easily like, what are you doing with that jersey? Like it was an easy one. The Milwaukee Bucks one from last year, like yellow. What is that?
Rough.
What is that? But all I know is that they probably sold a bunch because why not? NBA gear is the best gear.
It's true. So it makes sense that they won. But I got to give you credit where credit is due. You called the hockey going far, and it did. It did. Yeah. So
it's the logos.
Shout out. It's true. It's the logos. Although for the winner, it was definitely one of the most fire color schemes that you'll find on anything. You can put that color scheme on a couch, and I'm with it. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll sit on that teal couch with the pink trim. I'm with it. But speaking of segues, speaking of the NBA, since we're talking NBA and we're talking jerseys, the NBA is back.
It is back.
We got games, even though they're preseason, we got games on. And by the time next week's episode is out, there will be actual games being played.
Definitely.
So you had the idea, actually. Again, I gotta give my co-host credit. Of course, this is what we do. We lift each other up on Second Favorite Sports.
Absolutely.
We don't try and steal ideas and drag each other down. We lift everyone up.
Nope.
You had the idea, since we are a duo ourselves.
There you go.
To maybe go through some of the best duos in the NBA heading into this season. So I'll let you take the floor to start. Who are some of your favorite duos heading into this year? And we have some new ones too.
New ones. We got some good old ones.
Classics.
And we got some who are just fun to watch personally. They, I don't know if they're going to win anything.
Yeah.
But they're exciting from a name standpoint and just like the combinations. So
who are some of your favorites? I'm not necessarily talking skill-based, but give me some of your favorite NBA duos right now.
All right. So I'll start I guess I'll give you, let's see. So I want to go, which I think is underrated, but I think could be a fun watch, is D'Lo and Cat for sure.
Yeah.
D'Lo and Cats. I just think the combination of those two, I love D'Lo's game. He put the Nets on the map. Let's just be honest. The D'Lo Biggie jersey is an incredible jersey to this day. And just the ice in his veins. It's a real life thing. I've seen it. You know what I mean? And his game is just fun to watch anyway. From a lefty with the crossovers, with the handle and the passing. And then Cat, I think, is like the most underrated big in the league. We could say. I know he's out there in Minnesota and they don't go to the playoffs, and that's what we care about in the league, I guess, is he's averaging like 28 in the West, and that's just what it is. Like he's just averaging 28 and not getting any love. But I can't wait to see them for a full season. Another duo I think I'm excited for this year is like Jamal and Jokic. I think that's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I could see a trend developing in your duos, by the way.
You see it?
You like the guard big combo.
Oh, I thought you were going to go like light skin guards or something like that. I could have sworn you're like, all these guys are light skinned dudes.
That's hysterical.
But yes, the guard. I'm a big guard, big combo. Like,
yeah,
I'm a big fan of that. Let's see. The obvious ones are LeBron and AD, but I don't want to touch those guys because everybody knows about them.
This may be a take that doesn't excite me.
I feel you. You feel me? Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now that doesn't excite me.
Yes. Like
LeBron James and Anthony Davis doesn't excite me. You want to know what would excite me is like Give me LeBron. I really, in the case of LeBron James, I want to watch the world burn. Like, give me
Yeah, I know your
like
feelings on Bronny.
I like LeBron and Kyrie because it was a little volatile,
Yes, you
There's
like it,
just
right?
I need a
Yeah.
little something like that. Like I don't need eight. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, AD's boring.
Dude.
Okay, he just makes it look too easy.
Yep.
He's just boring. Like it just is what it is.
You know how we feel. I know how you feel, and you know how I feel about bigs.
Yeah,
Like
like true
I don't.
bigs.
I true bigs are like these new bigs that are like you're too big to play like a wing,
Mm-hmm.
but like you're also not like you can't really shoot it like that. Like
Yeah, yeah.
something about it where like I don't know. That's just how I feel. And I love guards. That's like they're the best players in the league to
Like
me.
to me, like give me when you want to talk about watch the world burn and watch people lose their minds, either from a perspective of like give me LeBron and James Harden because I would love the
Mm,
drama,
that's something right
or
there.
give me like LeBron and Paul George because
Yeah.
people's heads would spin. Like, how do
Yeah.
we defend this? Or
Yes.
like LeBron and Kawhi, or like give me that. Like give me two guys. Give me the scenario where it's just such a gluttony of
Yes.
riches, like at
Absolutely.
one position.
Absolutely. No, for sure.
Um,
I think
but I personally love guard duos.
I
I'm a
love
big
guard
fan
duos.
of guard duo, like a nice backcourt.
Like a nice how you feel about Dame and CJ?
Of course, that's a great duo
That's a
right
great one,
there.
right?
I loved I loved John and Brad Beal for the 5 seconds that they were
Mm-hmm.
on the court together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to watch Russ and Brad Beal. I'm
Yep.
excited to watch John and James Harden.
Yeah. I think
Um,
I think another one is well I said Jamal and those guys. I think like I was trying to think of like the smaller name ones that
yeah,
most people may not know about, but
yeah,
like even like Jason and now would you say Jalen and Jason are a duo on that Celtics team?
yeah. I don't know. It's weird because the way they rotate guys is so.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like they don't play as much at the same time, or it just feels like they operate separate from each other,
Yeah.
not with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously the classic duo in the league, which unfortunately we won't get to see this year now, is Clay and Steph.
Yes.
That is like the guard duo in this
Yeah.
league.
Absolutely.
And it's a shame we won't get to see it. And I'm not even really fans of those guys, but
Yeah.
I must
You
admit
gotta
when they're
respect it.
on the court together, it's fun to watch. Like it's fun basketball.
You gotta respect it for sure.
I'm trying to think of ones that like say someone's watching the show. Like, I know all the people that watch the show are not huge basketball fans, but maybe you wanted to pop on a basketball game, or you're flipping through the channels and you see a team on. Like, so you gave the Timberwolves duo. So maybe someone will see a Timberwolves game and go, the guys talked about this. Like, maybe I'll watch these guys. Like the Knicks are losing by 40 right now. Let me go and watch, something else, anything else. I'll watch paint dry.
The number one duo to watch this year
Oh, here we go.
is the team that plays on Flatbush in Atlanta. We all know what it is. If you were watching Yes Network yesterday, locally, tri-state area locally,
Yes.
you saw what was, I feel like Jay Williams said it. It was street ball almost perfected yesterday, where it was literally as if you were watching a game at West 4th, at the Gauchos gym, at Rucker, at Dykeman. It was incredible to watch. And for me, as a lifelong Nets fan, I mean, I go back to Devin Harris. If you got any of the listeners know who Devin Harris is, the guy that was in the trade for, and we traded Jason Kidd to the Mavs, and Anthony Morrow, aka Ammo. Ammo.
Love Anthony Morrow.
Travis Outlaw.
Anthony, come on the show. All right, come on the show.
Please come on the show. You know how much I would love
a
Ammo, as I like to call him, an Ammo appearance on the show. Number 22.
I watched easily one of the craziest games of my life, and Anthony Morrow was the centerpiece of it.
He was driving the action.
Yo, When I tell you this dude hit 3 straight threes to close out the quarter and then hit I can't remember if he hit the three or if he missed it, but he got fouled and had 3 free throws to send the game to overtime.
Was this a net game? Was he
This
a
is a
net?
net game. Oh yeah,
Oh
this is
wow!
a net
Of
game at
course
the
it was.
Rock.
I
Oh,
love
it
it.
was nuts. It was
Yes.
so fun. And that night I was like, yo, this is my guy forever. Like I'm not even
Of
a Nets
course.
fan, but watching this display was crazy.
Of
He
course,
came
man.
down and it was like T-Mac scoring all those points in 17 seconds or whatever. When I tell you it was like a minute 20 seconds and he scored, I think like 15 points. It was crazy.
Yes, but yes, I've been waiting for this for a long time as a Net fan, and to me, that duo, if you're gonna, like I said, I have high hopes for our team. But even if you're not a fan of the Nets and you just want to see two people that can score at two of the best scorers in the league play at the same time, definitely turn on a Nets game this season for sure. I think another duo that is, I don't know if they're probably the worst combination duo wise, but they're so talented, but the fit is just so off. And you would think on paper that it works is Ben and Joel.
Oh, yeah.
From a duo standpoint, I think you talked about what, the house burning down.
Yeah.
I think it's a weird house that like it feel like it just keeps burning, but like it's livable in a weird way.
It's like that meme of the dog sitting in the house, like everything's fine and the house is on fire.
Exactly. That's exactly it. He should have a Sixers hat on. That's what he should have. He should have a Sixers hat on completely.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there an NBA duo that even comes close to us in the podcast game? Like say an NBA duo was to start a podcast. None of them would be as good as us. Okay.
Yes.
It's okay to know you're the best.
Yes.
There's a lyric that comes to mind that I can't fully remember, so I'm not going to say it, but I can't remember. I think it's a Wale lyric, but I'm not even going to try and say it if I'm not going to get it right, but it has to do with being confident. But I know that none of them will be as good as us, but if there was an NBA duo to start a pod, which one do you think would have the best one?
NBA duo to start a pod.
Yeah. So like, is it D'Lo and Carl? Is it like who has the chemistry to have like a good pod? And maybe it's not even about sports, by the way. Maybe it's like both dudes like maybe it's like Damon, CJ have a hip hop pod.
Okay.
Or,
okay.
Or like Bron and Anthony Davis have a pod about manipulating the league, whatever, things they're good at, things that they like to do.
Manipulating the league is hilarious. Making trades under, behind closed doors.
Right. Exactly. About,
what do they call those? They call those back channels.
Yeah, it's a whole podcast about how to manipulate front offices and how to extort people and get your friends on your basketball team.
Oh my gosh. I would have to say, see, I'm not going to go Nets answers every time. Like, I can't do that. But that would be a great pod. Kyrie and Kevin.
Okay.
Like,
and it's got a great name, too. You already got the name.
Yeah, it does. 7-Eleven. We just call it 7-Eleven.
Oof.
Come on.
Dang.
I don't know what Ben's personality is, but a Joel and Ben podcast.
That could be interesting. I'm trying to think myself. Like,
I just don't know how many of these.
You know what? I wouldn't mind. I'd like to see Luka on a podcast, but I don't know who his second is.
And Porzingis.
For Porzingis, yeah, I guess so. I don't know if Porzingis has enough. I don't know if there's enough personality there to fuel a pod. I wouldn't mind seeing Luka on a. I mean, hey, look, if there's any folks that are of Eastern European descent, okay, and maybe don't know a whole lot about basketball, but have a lot of pride in where you come from, definitely watch a Mavericks game because it's there and it's strong.
Oh, I think I got one.
Who do you got?
I don't know if they're considered a duo. I'm not going to call them a duo. I I guess you could replace this person is part of the duo, and then you can replace the second part of the duo with multiple players on the team.
Okay.
And let's just say like today they're the duo today,
Okay.
but like a T Hero Jimmy Butler pod. I think
Oh.
I think T Hero has how would I call it? Je ne sais quoi, the couth, like I
Yeah.
would call
Uh-huh.
it, like the swag, the
Uh-huh.
drip, everything you could think of. I think he has it. I think he's confident in who
Yeah.
he is. Um, and we all know about Jimmy. Jimmy is, I don't even know what to call him. He's different. He's a different cat. And I
Yeah, he
think
is.
him talking, because he'll tell you what happened in Philly. I promise you.
Yeah, yeah, he will. He'll
I
get right on that,
promise you.
like
He'll be
first
like, hey,
episode.
listen, like, like I just, them dudes are soft. Like,
Yeah,
and
he'll
that's
air out Ben Simmons. It'll be crazy.
absolutely, absolutely. He'll air out Ben, he'll air out Cat, Andrew Wiggins, everybody that he thinks is soft, because he's been homeless since he was 16 years old. And so like whenever you're homeless and then you make it to the league, you gotta be like built from something else that's just not from this planet. And I think the Jimmy Butler pod, he'll spill his guts completely,
Yep.
and he'll just tell you everything that happened. Hey, listen, like I tried, but they soft. You know what I mean? That's why I left. And it's like, yo, what do you mean? And then T Hero, I think he'd just be.
He would drive the show, really.
He would
Keep it. He would keep it on track, and he would make the show what it is, and then Jimmy would be there to pop the ratings.
Yeah, he's a ratings popper for sure.
Absolutely, he's there.
Absolutely.
He's Stephen A. He's there to say something wild.
Stephen A.
He's there to say something wild.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's a good one. That's one that I wasn't even thinking of, but that's a good one. I'll give you one if we were going for who would have the worst podcast. You ready for this?
I feel like I know, but I'm not sure.
The worst podcast duo possible, if they would call it your least favorite sports podcast. Okay.
I like that. Your least favorite.
They would call it like the most boring sports podcast, or just like the boring show.
Yes.
Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
How come I knew exactly what you were talking about?
Yo, if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard had a podcast together,
oh my gosh, unbearable.
It would be
unbearable.
I like you know what I hate when you watch a game. It really only happens in baseball, sometimes in football, and there's dead air, like the commentators aren't talking. I know like old heads love that. They love the quiet. Like my dad can watch a game with it on mute. I don't do that. I enjoy commentary.
Absolutely.
I hate when they go dead silent. Yo, do you know how many times there would be dead air on the Paul George and Kawhi Leonard podcast? It would be crazy.
It would be hilarious.
They'd have to play music in the background just to remind you that you're listening to something. Because
definitely,
I just can't see. I mean, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Please.
If somehow, some way, Paul George or Kawhi Leonard hears this, do it. Do it and prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to sit here and tell you right now, that podcast would be paint drying.
And it's funny. It's funny because Kawhi's game, I feel like, would be exactly how he would talk on a pod.
Yeah.
Get to my spot, mid-range jumper, line drives, and
bro, you heard this guy talk trash? He doesn't even talk trash. It's like pre-programmed stuff just comes out of him. And then like Paul George, again, I'm sure both of them are nice dudes. I'm sure, they're interesting enough. They're professional athletes, of course. But like Paul George likes to fish. Like, what are we talking about on this pod? Paul George likes to fish.
Yeah.
He's going to tell you how he went and caught a nice trout this weekend. Like, I don't care, Paul. Come on. Like, he going to tell you, I don't know. I just, if we had to guess, like, who would have the worst sports pod or just pod in general out of NBA duos, it's Paul and Kawhi, and that's a pretty easy one.
They got to be on the list of the worst duos to watch as far as entertainment is concerned, correct?
Yeah, that too. For sure.
They got to, right? Like from a not this isn't about winning. Like I'm not talking about winning.
Some of the I'll tell you right now, one of the most boring teams ever on planet Earth, ever. The San Antonio Spurs won a lot of stuff.
Won a lot of
games, a lot of rings, all that stuff, and they were the most boring.
Never went to see them when they came to play the Nets ever.
Oh,
That was never like,
Just
hey, Dad, take me to go see
and look,
the Spurs.
they had
Like
the
ever.
poster child for Boring playing
Oh,
power forward for them for like the
completely,
last 50 years. Okay, so
completely. He's Kawhi. Like that's Kawhi's dad. It's Tim Duncan.
yeah, yeah.
Like that's his son. Kawhi's father is Tim Duncan. I know it is. I know it is. Like if you look,
Yo, I wish we had drops because I would totally cue the Kawhi. Hey, that drop right now. I would cue that.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that podcast would be like just so not entertaining to me
No,
at all.
not at all.
At all.
Not at all. I'm gonna tell you right now, Clippers fans definitely aren't watching that. Okay, you're not stuck in traffic on a warm California day
Nope.
and tuning into the Paul George and Kawhi Leonard show. I'm telling you now, that's not happening.
It's not.
You would rather listen to like two bench guys from the Lakers on
For
a pod.
sure. Like a JaVale McGee, Quinn Cook podcast.
Give me like a JaVale McGee, Alex Caruso.
Oh my God, there it is.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
absolutely.
take that every day of the week over a PG Kawhi Leonard pod.
Absolutely.
And that's fine. You guys are good at basketball. Just do that. It's good.
Question for you: who's the Magic's duo this year?
Oh, it's Markelle and Cole Anthony.
You got to do it, right?
100%.
Are they're starting them together?
They played together in the last game.
Did they?
I loved it.
Beautiful.
I'm
Beautiful.
very excited.
They might be on this list next year. Let's keep it a buck.
I hope so.
I hope for your sake, man.
Look, it's kind of weird to me that they are, when you watch them play together, they have such similar haircuts. One of them wears 20 and one of them wears 50. I get confused constantly. Okay.
Because those numbers are kind of the same, right? On the back of the
It looks
jersey.
Exactly the same. And they both guys, let's not both wear our hair up tonight. Like one of us wear it down, one of us wear it up. Because Cliff is gonna get confused.
Yes.
And he's gonna offend you when he calls you Cole and it's you, Markelle, or vice versa. Like,
yes.
Why are we both wearing our hair up tonight? It's gonna get confusing. I'm gonna tell you right now. And I don't mean that in an offensive way.
No,
I hope nobody takes offense to that. These dudes look like clones of each other. And they're of like similar build, similar height.
Yes.
Wear almost the same number. A 5 and a 2 are almost the same. Okay.
Oh, 50. I'm gonna go like 50 as a number in basketball anyway. Like if you're not a big, the fact that he's wearing it as a guard is hilarious to me.
If it wasn't his father's number, I would be.
You'd be killing him right now.
Oh, I'd be killing him. Because I would love a Cole Anthony jersey. I'm not buying a jersey with a 50 on it. This unless it's a New York Giants jersey. Okay. There's no shot.
No way. There's no way.
No.
There's no way.
I don't know why. Why don't we flip that, turn it into a 5, and we'll tell Mo Bamba to go get a new number. Okay.
Definitely.
Because I'm not buying a 50 jersey. I'm not buying a 20 jersey either, by the way.
No,
Jerseys with zeros kind of suck.
Yes, they do. They're not great.
No.
They're not great.
I'll tell you what, the only jersey with a 0 that I would buy, number 10. How's that for full circle? Okay. Oof. What episode number is this?
Come on, man.
That's right.
Listen, this is why they can't mess with us. Okay.
That's right. I know. That's why we can talk big like this to Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, because we know we got it.
Big dog talk right now, guys.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Completely.
But this has been episode 10, the Eli Manning episode. I'm going to call it that. I don't care what anybody else calls it. It's the Eli Manning episode.
This isn't the Evan Fournier episode?
Oh, my God. Don't even. I would love to have Evan on the show. I would love to have Evan on the show, because I would just love to. I just want to tap into that mind, and I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions for Evan Fournier that'll probably go unanswered.
Well, if he sees this, right? Let's just say he's like surfing like podcasts while he's while he's down in Orlando getting locked in for this season. Like, what if he heard this and like sent you like a signed Evan jersey? A signed Evan jersey is hilarious.
I would I would say there's some kid at a children's hospital that's going to be really confused when he gets this, as part of the donations for Christmas. He's going to be like, "Who is this? What does this say?"
An Evan
This is
jersey is
not
so
the
funny.
this is not the LeBron James jersey I wanted. That's probably what they're going to say.
Who's this guy?
Yeah. What is this?
What is this?
Okay.
Oh man.
It's actually going to ruin their Christmas.
Oh man. This is the Evan Fournier episode. That's what I'm
It's
calling
definitely not. It's definitely not. Okay. I'll tell you right now.
No, for sure.
If this is the Evan Fournier episode, it would have been a lot of unfinished segments. It would have been shots that went up and just didn't go in. Okay? And that's not what we do on this show. It would have been a lot of activity and not a lot of results.
We would have been shooting a poor percentage.
Oof. It would have been a 22% night. Okay? And it would, and you want to know what happened? The camera would cut out right at the end. Okay, right at the end, right when we're getting right to it, the camera would have cut out. We would have went dead feed.
It would have kept going because we wouldn't have stopped doing segments.
But I'll tell you what. Oh, it definitely would have kept going. Yeah. We would have kept doing more and more, but the camera wouldn't be rolling.
Because shooter shoot,
Oh yeah, shooter shoot. But I'll tell you why it's not that, and it's the Eli Manning episode, and it's because we finished strong. And that's what my man Eli
That's
did.
what matters.
Number 10, the true number 10,
Yes.
episode number 10. We finished strong.
Mm-hmm.
This has been your Second Favorite Sports podcast at Second Favorite Sports on Instagram,
Yep.
youtube.com/Second Favorite Sports, soundcloud.com/Second Favorite Sports. Oh, and you want to talk about a teaser? I got a teaser for you, Trent. Next week, you're going to have a present.
Ooh.
And on next week's episode, you're going to open it up, whether we're remote, IP, whatever, doesn't matter. There's going to be a present. You're going to open it on the episode.
I'm just learning about this with you as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do here. Beautiful.
How's that for a tease?
Beautiful. Beat my tease. My tease compares nothing to this tease.
It's nothing crazy, but tis the season. And of course, I got to hook my co-host up with a little something. So next week will be the Christmas episode, and Trent will be opening his gift on the episode. You're not allowed to open it until we are on the air.
Beautiful.
That's the deal. And also next week, we're going to be, I'll give a little tease too about next week's episode, since it's going to be holiday themed. We are going to be doing our Christmas lists, but with a little
twist,
little twist to it. Of course, we like to twist it a little bit here, So little twist to it, but we will be giving you our Christmas list, our sports Christmas list.
There you go.
Our second favorite Christmas list.
Second favorite Christmas list. I love it.
But this has been your
second
favorite sports podcast. Thank you for watching and listening. Stay tuned for next week's episode. And that's it. That's all we got. Peace.